Hello, 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 all you lovely people. I'm Professor David Emmanuel Gray, and I'd like to welcome you to Philosophy 353, Conflict and Dispute Resolution. I'll just say this right off the bat. This is my absolute favorite course. I've been teaching negotiation and conflict resolution now for over a decade, and I'm old apparently because I haven't done much. Yeah, okay. Anyway, over a long time, I've taught conflict and negotiation to executives. I've taught it to undergrads, grad students. I've taught it to a lot of different people, and I just love this course because this is one of the few courses I teach where truly by the end of it, I see such profound differences happening in almost every student. Actually, pretty much every student. It's hard not to learn about this stuff and not be fundamentally changed in some ways because I just love teaching this stuff. It is great and it's powerful. In any case, I really do believe that by this December, you will have the practice and confidence to see conflicts not as something to be feared. Conflict doesn't have to be scary or dangerous or destructive. Conflict is an opportunity for joint problem solving with other people. And let me tell you what, that is how the strongest relationships with others are forged, is through resolving conflict, not avoiding it. Avoiding conflict is, as we'll see, is very unhealthy, in fact. Anyhow, in this video, I would just like to talk a little bit about me, about the course, and my teaching philosophy, just a little bit. In terms of my background, I have degrees in both philosophy and, surprise, computer science from the University of Montana. After there, I went all the way over to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I got my PhD from Carnegie Mellon University. My dissertation, my work there was on liberalism, democracy, and the logic of group decision-making processes. And by the way, I talked a lot about conflict within oneself, conflict with others. As one can expect, that is something we have to deal with. So I got really on fire into conflict, and I even was a research assistant at an archive of controversy there at Carnegie Mellon, and we worked on a pretty interesting project. I won't go into it now. You can ask me about it, though. It was a pretty interesting project we worked on involving art. Ooh la la. But anyway, that's what really got me into conflict resolution, negotiation, and the rest of it. Also, I'm there in Pittsburgh is where I met my wife, Jennifer. She is lovely, and I'll be talking about her a lot this semester since I used lots of examples from my life because conflict, every good relationship's got conflict. It's how you deal with it. And Jen is my soulmate, and we've been through a lot together, and I love her so much. There you can decide, I guess, who wore it better, or, whose skirt was more expensive. The answer might surprise you. It's a little clickbaity. Anyway, anyhow, after Carnegie Mellon, we got married, and then we moved all the way to the Middle East. Moved all the way to the Middle East, where I spent the past 11 years teaching philosophy in Doha, Qatar. It was a great experience, but now I've moved here to Buffalo. Last summer I came over and have settled in quite nicely. I say I did because Jenny's still back there in Doha working, but we hope to get her moved out back to Buffalo soon. In the meantime, I do have my little cat, Sunny. Oh, she's so adorable. I love her to pieces. And then meanwhile, Jen has our other four cats back there in Doha. Yowzers, they're probably driving her crazy right now. Now, enough about me. Let's talk a little bit about the course, because it is very different from other philosophy classes because I am teaching you fundamental interpersonal skills, how you deal with other people in a powerful, meaningful, philosophical way. But this is about really cultivating your emotional intelligence. Yeah, the mind, we need to tune up and work on, of course, but your heart, your emotions play such a fundamental role in conflict resolution and negotiation, and it's powerful. And that's what I'm going to be cultivating. Because conflict is rarely solved by philosophical abstract debates. It requires a very different set of skills to deal with conflict. It's not about having the right argument. It's about a lot of other stuff, as we'll see in this class. And that's why I kind of say, I'm going to warn you, philosophy students, are you out there? Students who did well on debate team, are you out there? Students who are doing like mock trial, pre-law. Yeah, y'all. So what did I say? Philosophy students, debate students, pre-law, mock trial students, you are going to suck at this class. I'm I'm kidding. But you're going to struggle because the set of skills you've had to do to master, to be good at philosophy, to be good at law, to be good at debate are very different skills. I mean, very different skills for resolving conflict. But don't worry. We're going to teach you some new skills and you're going to be rock stars. The rest of you all, look, no one's born a good negotiator. No one's born good. I mean, very rarely. I've only met like one student who was just gifted beyond belief. Everyone else, we have a lot to learn. But that's why I said by the end of the semester, I'm going to be oh, you guys are going to be awesome. I'll leave it there. But that does link up nicely to my teaching philosophy. Some of you might have heard this before, this idea that I see you entering this class as humble, simple lumps of coal, but with the careful application of heat, with the careful application of pressure, you can become something great. You can become diamonds, something truly, truly valuable. And so that does mean, by the way, I do not see you all as my customers. I see you all as my product. I'm here to create people who can resolve conflict, people who can negotiate and deal with others successfully. Yeah, and so I take this very seriously because of that. You are my product. And so that's why I will do my utmost to fuel your fire and passion, because this course, there's going to be activities we're going to do that are going to push you to your mental and emotional limits. I have no doubt of that. But I'm here to encourage you, to push you, to drag you. I don't know. I'll do whatever. Build you up. Be your cheerleader. You need a cheerleader? I'll be your cheerleader. I'm going to get you through this. But again, if you feel like you're about to crack, don't be a stranger. Let me know. Sincerely, truly, I want everyone coming out of this class shining bright like a diamond. Shining bright like, yes. You know the song. Okay. Anyway, but again, don't be shy. Don't be a stranger. Reach out if you're struggling. We will figure something out. And especially in this class, I say this all the time, but I'll definitely in this class, making mistakes is perfectly normal. I really, really do want you to take some risks in this class. Experiment with new strategies, new approaches, new thought processes. Conflict is very personal. And so you need to experiment with how to approach it in different ways because you're trying something new. For a lot of you, very new perhaps, or at least different. And so experiment with those new approaches and strategies for conflict and negotiation. But because of all that, also accept that you will probably make some big mistakes along the way. Making mistakes is perfectly normal. We make mistakes when learning something new and we're taking those risks. If anything, I want you to make at least one spectacular mistake this semester, because mistakes are precisely where we learn the most. We learn remarkably little. I want to talk about that a bit in this class, actually. We learn remarkably little from our successes, but where we have the greatest opportunity to grow, learn, and develop is from our failures. And how do we respond and grow from that? So I have structured this course so you can make those mistakes while having opportunities to then recover from them without being destroyed along the way. So for instance, and most importantly, you do have the opportunity to earn free passes in this class, because you can use those for extensions, accommodations, and maybe even drop in a low grade here and there. Because look, we have bad days, we have bad weeks, we have bad months, we have bad years. Last year for most of us was probably a bad year. It was a nightmare for me. We'll probably talk about that too in this class. We're talking about a lot of things that you probably don't talk about in your other classes, especially if you're a philosophy student. But again, those bad weeks, those bad days, those bad COVID years, we shouldn't let those define us. They give us opportunities to learn, opportunities to grow, opportunities to develop, to become better, stronger people. But we shouldn't define us solely by that. It's our response that defines us, not just having a bad day and that happens. I will help us through all that. Anyway, I've talked way longer than I normally do. I apologize for that, but I'm excited. This class is awesome. It's awesome. So I seriously cannot wait to get started. So welcome once more to this class. I look forward to seeing you all, yes, face-to-face, finally, a face-to-face class on August 30th. I can't wait to see y'all. But in the meantime, hey, take care, stay safe.